Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Neville. This is Neville Media Inc. If it's your first time, thank you very much and welcome. And without any waste of time, let's get to today's video because it seems as if ever since the July 6th up until now, bumper pack episode every time we are like wow. Let's get to today's video. There's this guy who happened to be at some point bodyguard yaga Shadrack's beer. The strangest thing that has happened recently, in fact I heard about this yesterday, that guy, in fact, he started trending. The time I noticed him trending was when Shadrack's beer was there at I don't know whether it's Madlanga or the Edok, where he was answering some of the things, and the guy was there. And he started trending about having criminal charges and everything and whatnot. And then there he goes, Newsroom Africa invites the guy, and then I believe, according to that interview, he was there to clear the room, to clear the air about the laundry that was coming against him, right? But then Collab. Now the thing that I want to talk about is kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi uthi unama-criminal charges and then mysteriously they get wiped out. The only thing I can think of right now for the guy to have his charges wiped out is because he was connected to Shadrack's beer. That's the only logical thing that I can get, that I can talk about right now. Because he was close to Shadrack's beer, therefore there was that attempt to actually the help that could help him to have his criminal charges wiped out of the system. But thankfully, because of that media briefing that happened yesterday, that thing is cleared now. We would say, okay, fine, someone within SAPS, right, went into the system, deleted the files, or rather the cases against the guy that were incriminating him or that he was charged with, Bawasusa system. But little did they know that during the audit this year in January, those things were taken back because they were wiped out from the front end, and they failed to go and do the same on the back end because everything leaves a trace. We need to know ubani who wiped out the cases against the guy, and winning the corruption that is happening within SAPS. Now I don't blame Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi for going live in public on the 6th of July. This is because of these things that are happening within SAPS. And another thing, ask yourself, njengoba kube another attempt yokuthi kube nalama cases adelethwayo on the system, what was the purpose for that? Was he being protected, or was he being I don't understand what kwenzakalani la. Bayamprotector or kwenzakalani? Because it can't be ukuthi umuntu onama cases amaningi kangaka, because we mentioned something more than, let's say more than 20, 29, 34, somewhere there. All of them, they got deleted by one person. Esingamazi ukuthi ubani. No man, konte off. SAPS khona into engasitsheli yona. But thankfully, we thank the little that they did by going live on that media briefing that happened yesterday to clear the air. Okay, fine, those files were deleted and the guy had criminal charges, and there he goes claiming criminal offenses. Come on, man. Come on. How stupid can he be? He goes around claiming he doesn't have criminal charges, and there, the very same guy who claims he doesn't have criminal charges is the one who's got a lot of skeletons in his closet. But I'm not surprised, because even his boss, if he was the bodyguard of Shadrack's beer, Now he's got a ton load of scandals against him. Let's wait and see how this thing is going to unfold, but this is surprising. There could be an attempt to wipe the criminal charges against one individual, and that one individual is connected to the one person nayo neikandal zakhe. Had it not been for Unhlanhla Mkhwanazi exposing everything that he exposed on the 6th of July, do you think we would be in a position where we now say, okay, now we know what is happening? We'd still be in the dark. But now things are finally moving, and every time we're like, every time the Madlanga committee, the ad hoc committee, Guning, everything is coming up. New thing, day in, day out. One other thing is that, okay, fine, those files are deleted. Maybe someone or whoever that is had access to that system, edited those files, but akawa editanga, wa deleting, akawa editanga, akawa correctanga, wenzeni wa editile, completely remove them from the system. But then thankfully, because of that audit that happened in January this year, it was able to pick those files up and bring them back to the front end. And the sad part is that SAPS wants us to believe there's one dirty cop. What if this is a syndicate? What if there is a group of people who work ngalendlela le abafuna ukuthi sibelieve yona ukuthi this one individual was able to delete cases against Scharnick? What if it's a group? Okay, now we only know there was an individual who did that, who attempted to do that thing. What if it's a group and this thing runs across the country? Because SAPS, in fact, let me say, all the government departments across the board, there is nothing clean when you go throughout Twenzama audit and all those things, because guning. And the sad part is that the people who walk away with serious things are the people who have access to money, and those who don't have money, when they do stuff that is considered or deemed illegal, the system and the law deals with them swiftly and decisively. But a person who has money wins the way they please, and akubi nama consequences. And even if abakhona, the noise dies quicker and it's smooth and it runs. Kwenzakalani guys? Sila eMzansi, but it's like we are tenants here. We are renting. There's someone somewhere who's having a remote. Your control isn't within the country. Kwenzakalani? And you remember General Commander, Dumsani Commander, he testified that Scharnick isn't a random citizen. In fact, he called him, I quote, a serial hijacker. And if you look at the offenses that this guy was facing, or the offenses that he was charged with, they involved hijacking, they involved vehicle theft. So that's his specialty. And going back to the case of the Big Five, you'll realize there was a group that was dealing with hijackings. Could he be one of them? And then there was a group that was dealing with something else, and then there was another one dealing with information. There was another one. Guning, guys, guning. What the hell is going on, in Zanzi? What the hell is going on? What do you think is happening? Now, let's talk about these red flags that are emerging as where this Scharnick guy is concerned. Point number one, why would he delete the records instead of hiding them. Why? Why what deleted? Because okay, fine, you deleted it, still the thing still exists, and you were busy claiming that you don't have any offenses and whatnot. Why delete those files if you don't have anything to hide? Point number 2 that I want us to talk about is the system layer SAPS. Okay, in our backup, whoever deleted or made an attempt, or it's not even an attempt because it was done deliberately. So whoever did that knew what they were doing. They knew exactly what they were doing. But the sad part is that they didn't know that the investigation that was going to happen was going to go that far. Point number 3 that I want us to talk about is that Scharnick told the media he had no convictions. Meanwhile, SAPS insists to no, he does have convictions. Here's another point. Point number 4. And this is the biggest red flag. This is the big one. A Toyota double cab bakkie linked to Shadrack Sibia was registered under Scharnick. So could we say Scharnick no Sibia had a relationship that ebahlanganisa ngokuganga or in corruption or with lawlessness or whatever the case may be? Because obviously there is something that is going on between the two. Lo nekandal zakhe uSibia, Scharnick naye nangu uyavela manje nekandal zakhe ezintsha. And ngapha he's busy claiming ukuthi he has no convictions, and he's busy accusing uGeneral Khumalo of, guys, kuning. Let's wait and see ukuthi how is this ad hoc committee gonna go with the investigations and everything, and the Madlanga Commission, because every day, day in, day out, something is coming up. And guys, let me love you and leave you. This video is going to be too long, and I'll see you on the next one. I hope tomorrow it's going to be a lit one. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm signing out. Peace. See you next time.